The Ndigbos and the family of Nnamdi Kanu has come out to tell the general public that Asari's Dokubo'S confession has vindicated Nnamdi Kanu. The family of the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, has said that the recent confession by the Niger Delta ex-militant leader Asari Dokubo has vindicated Nnamdi Kanu over allegations of masterminding the insecurity in the southeast. Prince Emmanuel Kanu, who spoke exclusively with one of the news reporters in Umuahia, said that the public admittance by Mr. Dokubo after a recent parley with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu at Asari, Abuja, that his men were in operation in parts of the southeast was a vindication for the IPOB leader who has been falsely accused of sponsoring the insecurity in the zone. He queried the basis upon which Asari Dokubo deployed his men in the southeast and wondered why the security agencies had feigned ignorance of the weighty confession by Dokubo. Kanu's family argued that the federal government had no excuse for further detention of the IPOB leader on phantom allegations when in fact a non-state actor and former Grand Commander of militants had publicly owned up to undisclosed oppression of his men in Igbo land. Why are they still keeping my brother in detention when someone has publicly admitted that his boys are in Abia, Anambra, Imo, and other parts of the southeast? The fundamental questions are: what is the mission of the men Asari Dokubo said he deployed to the southeast? Who are these his men? When have Asari Dokubo's men become part of the Nigerian security? Could these men be the amorphous unknown gunmen ravaging southeast, which security agencies label as ESN and IPOB? Why is nobody asking the right questions? Why will Asari Dokubo, a self-acclaimed repentant militant, visit the seat of power and before the view of the whole world make these shocking confessions, threatened to kill the Igbo nation? Yet, no security agency has invited him for questioning. We have always said it, that Nnamdi Kanu is a victim of grand conspiracy. The federal government cannot deny knowledge of the real source of insecurity in the southeast. Yet, it keeps pointing accusing fingers at Kanu and IPOB as a whole. If Asari Dokubo publicly admitted that his men are in southeast, Niger State, and up to Plateau State, then why are they still holding Nnamdi Kanu? Is that boast not enough to suggest to us the brains Behind the insecurity in these areas, with active connivance of compromised security agencies, the United Nations should come in and hold Nigeria and Asari Dokubo responsible for the killings in the southeast. Nigeria should be made to free Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, who is unjustly detained, while those who should be in prison walk freely, making arrogant boasts. We should recall that few days ago, the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB had berated Asari Dokubo over recent comments against its leader, Nnamdi Kanu, currently held in the Department of State Service DSS custody for allegations of treason charged on him. In its reaction to Asari's unguarded utterances against Ndị Igbo and their leader, Nnamdi Kanu, the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, said they were not surprised by that, as they alleged that he had been part of the people destroying Ala Igbo and persecuting the youths unjustly. IPOB also accused Asari of donating his boys to the murderous Ebubeagụ operatives in Imo State. IPOB claimed that Asari Dokubo recently confirmed this last Friday when he confirmed his involvement in the security of some states, particularly in Imo and Kaduna states. In that interview, Asari claimed that his boys have been involved in the security operations in Igbo, particularly Imo and Kaduna states, among other places. From his confession, it is obvious that Asari Dokubo was allegedly responsible for the mass abduction and killing in Imo and southern Kaduna. Ima Powerful, one of the spokesmen of IPOB, alleged that it is the time to call out Asari Dokubo for the mass killing that are going on. That we should recall that Asari Dokubo is a Fulani-trained Islamic jihadist. He must be held responsible for all the extrajudicial executions of innocent citizens, one of the spokesperson of IPOB alleged. We have interviewed dozens of victims and eyewitnesses who told us that the perpetrators are men they allegedly identified as Ebubeagụ militia working in partnership with Nigerian security officials. We have also profiled these murderous men in Ebubeagụ and found out that many of them are imported terrorists. We were reliably informed on several occasions that most of the militias are Nigerian Delta and Fulani boys, allegedly recruited by Asari Dokubo and bankrolled by Imo State government. Asari Dokubo cannot change. No matter what, he cannot change. We are blaming Ijaw people for keeping mute over the insult and disparaging of Ndị Igbos by Asari Dokubo. Ndị Igbos must drag it with Asari. He must understand that Igbo people are not cowards in the world. Asari Dokubo is too small for what Igbo can do. Now, according to IPOB, when the gods want to kill a man, they first make him mad. The pro-Biafran group said that Asari Dokubo has angered the Igbos, and his anger and bitterness problem that makes him expose his stupidity, which will destroy him. Asari Dokubo, the double agent, will end up in the belly of his sponsors. The Igbos further alleged that the double agent Asari Dokubo'S viral video, where he was campaigning and supporting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, are still online. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was in prison in 2015, he gave an order that the sum of 20 million naira is released to Asari Dokubo to train some IPOB volunteers. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did that to put him to the test and to give Asari Dokubo a chance to reveal his real mission in the Biafra struggle. Instead of training the volunteers as he promised, Asari allegedly arranged with DSS to arraign many of the volunteers. It cost IPOB fortunes to bring them out of DSS custody.